The Legend of Carla just used their daily eye drops. Keep them eyes moist, y'all. Ace of Mugs _ with Jex just used their daily eye drops. Keep them eyes moist, y'all. Rapid Crest Abomination just used their daily eye drops. Keep them eyes moist, y'all.
At first, look at it go. Why? Who? How come every time I turn my camera on, my hair look dumb? Is my also? It's. I don't like that. I forgot. I reversed it in a different. I got. Did I say what up? Also, what up? My camera backwards, and I don't like that. I gotta turn it on. How do we do that? Anybody know? Is it here? Is it here? Is it here? It is. Because there we go. That looks better. I had a little Zoom call for work stuff, so I just flip it because because it automatically flips it in Zoom or something for some reason. I don't know what it means. Today is an interesting day. I decided 30 minutes ago. I was like, you know what? I want to stream today. But I knew that Hazel was streaming, and I messaged. I was like, Hazel, are you streaming today? She was like, yeah, I was streaming today. I was like, well, okay. No, they asked why. They're like, why do you ask? And I said, well, because I was thinking about streaming maybe. And then they were like, well, what if we stream together? What if we do a little, Yappy Hour together, and I was like, oh, yeah, okay, that's cool. I don't know how much time they have to stream today, but I can't think of what I was just gonna say. I don't know how much time they have. So either it'll be Yappy Hour all day, because I have some time. I have like 5, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. I got like 5 hours ish that I could stream. So I maybe want to play some video game also after, but we'll see what happens. Let me move my camera a little bit. Can't squeeze. Let me do this, and then I'll put Hazel in the corner, because this'll make more sense. So I'm a little bit off center right now, but you'll be alright. You'll learn to deal with it. Hazel's just already yapping. My entire brain was empty. I'm live.
Which _ Hazel just used their daily eye drops.
Get your eye drops.
Keep them eyes moist.
Are you there? You listening? Oh. What up? This is the first time I've had a real first redeem, so you're not missing out.
Oh, nice. What do you mean by?
I'm actually tracking them now and everything.
Daddy _ Bears just used their daily eye
Big
drops.
reveal. Hey!
Keep them eyes moist.
This is the new setup. So chat is really big right down below, so you guys can see it better. And me and whoever I'm going to be yapping with are like large on the screen, so you can see our like facial expressions. And that way, if Creature says something sideways, I can literally do side eye, and it looks like they're actually right next to me. So
I like that.
Yay.
Which way do I need to face?
I had to do something. I was like, I know there's going to be some side eye happening. There has to be. There's no way there's not to be side eye.
Absolutely.
So I have to make it.
We got it. Are we sharing chat? What's happening? I don't think it does. Also, you need to turn your camera on. On the shared thing. Yeah, I shared chat.
Turn the camera on.
Probably said my hair looks different. I think it probably kind of does a little bit. Yeah, I don't know why.
I mean, it's less curly than usual.
It is less curly than usual. Usually it gets really curly when I just wash it, and then it's been like a day or two since I washed it, so it kind of calms down significantly.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, that makes sense. I'm gonna turn Spotify down a little bit. Y'all tell me it, like, please. I'm always wanting feedback about how everybody sounds. If like my guest is louder than me, or I'm just like obnoxiously loud and everything is super quiet, or you can't hear the music at all, or whatever, please always tell me. Just like I expect my real life friends to tell me if I have a booger hanging out of my nose. Like y'all are fake ass friends if you don't tell me that there's something wrong with my stream. You can hear it, you're watching it, you gotta tell me. How am I supposed to know?
Same.
I'm the same way. Yeah,
same.
You gotta tell me. If I go look in the mirror, sometimes, listen, I have ADHD, so sometimes I have a red pen at work, and I will accidentally like draw a red line somewhere on my face because I'm like pushing my hair out of my way, or I like thought about something and forgot that there's a red pen in my hand. And one day I went into the bathroom. It was like the end of the day. I hadn't used that red pen since I finished prepping charts that morning. And I walked into the bathroom and I had like a big red stripe across my face. And I walked out and I was like, y'all are fake ass friends. How dare you?
That's crazy.
I feel so wronged right now.
Yeah, that's
and
my
friend laughed and she was like, I honestly didn't even notice. I was like, that's even worse.
That's not true. Worse. What are you just not looking at me?
You don't notice the giant red line across my face? I guarantee you every client did. What do you mean?
Right. That's wild.
That's just so normal. How dare. I'm getting ready to cut off this hair, dog. This is getting too long. Speaking
you know what you and I both forgot to do that I just did? Is stream avatars.
What? Oh, I have it open. I just didn't hit connect. Oops.
Oh yeah. How short are you how short are you trying to get to? Because I mean, it looks good long, but it's up to you. I mean, obviously,
yeah, I like
but how
the
short are
length.
you trying
it's
to?
Just like the fact that it's
Papa
all one
underscore
length
to
and
Mars
like
just
look at
use
how
their daily eye
fucking
drops.
much
Keep
hair
them eyes
this is,
moist,
dude.
y'all.
Like this
It's
is
a
just
lot.
it's an unreal amount of hair. This is how thick one side of my hair, one half.
Thick my hair.
Oh, it's a little bit less than half.
No,
So
my hair's
my
not
two,
that thick.
if I'm tight around my hair, I have like so much. It's just thick and it's heavy and it's all the same length. So it's like,
Yeah.
yeah, if I have all my hair together,
That's a lot of hair.
that's a lot
Yeah,
of
that's a
fucking
lot of hair. Viking
It's a lot of
dog.
fucking hair.
Yes, Viking braids.
Viking braids, yes.
Oh.
It's just so much. So I'm gonna like layer the shit out of it, which it was kind of layered. Like before I chopped off 6 inches off the bottom, it was layered. Like it was just basically chopping off 6 inches of the layers. And it was still heavy, but it felt like more manageable. And then just it all being one length now, it just feels so unreal. And it's so heavy that like the top of my head is so flat. And then the bottom of my hair is like reasonably voluminous and fluffy, and it just ends up looking like my hair is greasy all the time because it's just so pushed against my head.
That
So
makes sense.
I want to get some lift back up at my, see, this is what my hair looks like when it's not too heavy, is it lifts off my head a little bit. I get the big kahuna wave on this side when I have layers. So I want to try, see, I want it to look more like this. I just need to lift it up
that makes
and
sense.
give it some air to breathe.
Yeah.
She needs to breathe.
No, that makes sense. That makes sense.
Yeah.
So you're just
Are you
doing
doing
layers then? You're not like chopping. You're like chopping it.
Yeah, I'm not gonna do a length chop. I might need to take a little bit of length just for the health of my hair, but mostly it's just gonna be like
that's fair.
styling.
Yeah. I need to figure out what to do with my hair. I've been growing it out for a while now, obviously. I get little trims every now and again, but I never know what to do. Well, cause it's been like 2 or 3 years, I think, since I really cut my hair. I shaved my hair. I shaved bald. I wonder if I could find that picture. I bet I could.
Bald?
Bald. It literally bald. Which I do enjoy bald. I look good bald. I always have. Oh, actually, I'm gonna see a picture from 2018 of me bald.
When it's growing back the little velvety. Oh my god, you look so punk rock.
2018. Yeah, that's 2018 bald.
Look at hella punk rock right there.
Those are my first round glasses, and I really liked them. Obviously, I took a picture, but that was like my Facebook picture for a long time. Let me see when exactly.
Truly, that's you know.
Yeah,
crazy.
3 years. Well, almost 3 years. In October 2022, I looked like this. A completely different person. Look at those eyebrows. Can we talk about my eyebrows? Can we talk about how much work it takes to do my eyebrows? Can we look at my eyebrows? They look good, right? They look normal and nice.
They do look really good, you know.
Look at this shit. Are you kidding? It took me 45 minutes to do my eyebrows. That's insane. It's insane.
That.
Yeah.
I remember your. Oh my god, that's why you look so different. I was like,
it's eyebrows.
I mean, like the long hair and the no facial hair is a big difference, but it really is crazy the difference those eyebrows make.
Yeah, they're crazy. They're nuts. So anyway, so that's what I looked like. Yeah, 3 years ago. I love
big, fluffy, thick eyebrows. Like if you ever felt like fuck it and growing back, they are so cunty. So that's exactly what I said. I said it looks like a mugshot, or I meant to say that. I don't think it actually came out of my mouth, but I saw that picture with the like little orange stripes on your shirt. That's like a mugshot.
It's just high vis. Like I work a forklift job. My last forklift job I had. It is kind of crazy to look at.
High vis, like people who don't work in construction know what that is.
Oh, high visibility, as in it reflective.
Oh, like
it's
the reflector
so that you can.
Vest?
Yeah, reflective. Yeah. So you can see when the light flashes on you. Yeah. Safety, OSHA, that kind of stuff. High vis, like you don't know what a high vis is. Apparently you don't.
Fuck OSHA, man. We
looking safe
so
though. It's true.
Do we looking safe?
Did you say fuck OSHA? Hold on, back up.
Wait, hold on. Let me finish the sentence. Yes, I did say that, but only because we did like 12 reports to OSHA when I worked at a dispensary near me, and nothing at all. We went without bathrooms. We went without running water. It was too hot in that building to legally require people to work in it. One of our managers killed herself, and then they made us stay working that day. They didn't close down, and they only gave a certain amount of people the day off to go to her funeral.
Wow. Yeah, that really sucks. That's fair. That sucks.
And
that
we were
sucks
like
a lot.
begging for help
Ninja,
from OSHA,
what up, Ninja?
essentially. Like,
Yeah,
and
Ninja.
still couldn't like get anyone to respond. Hi, Meep.
Yeah, also
Welcome
Meep. I wanted to say hi to
in.
Meep. I got so excited I saw Meep.
To Neon Ninja. That's
Yeah,
a cool name.
Ninja. Yeah,
Whoa, that's
Neon
okay.
Ninja,
Isn't
you
it?
got
Yeah.
you do. I like that when you put your art in my Discord. Keep doing that. That's fun. I just want to say that. Yeah, OSHA is great
I saw that
for.
today.
Did you see? Yeah. And you be doing
That
you
was
be doing
cool.
you be doing some ninja some art whatever. Art. Sorry. Yeah, no, I don't know. Because OSHA, because on the other hand, when OSHA does their job, it is incredibly like in the jobs that I've had, forklift jobs and stuff like that, warehouse jobs, it can get like some of the stuff that people do and try to get away with is crazy, and like I'm surprised more people don't die every year, and people do still, and OSHA does stop some of them, but I mean, yeah, I don't know, I'm here or there, but I like the rules that OSHA puts forward, but it does suck that they don't do anything about it sometimes.
Yeah,
I guess.
I mean, there is the thing about like a lot of people aren't staying in those really dangerous jobs. Like it's kind of a revolving door situation, and the way that capitalism has been set up, or not capitalism in general, I just boil it all, I guess corporations, the way corporations have been set up is it's cheaper and more effective for their bottom line and their business plan to have a revolving door of people, so
that's
that
true.
they don't have to continue giving raises year over year. And they'll just do that on purpose. So the shitty conditions and stuff is all part of their plan to keep their fucking bottom line down.
Yeah, they do the bare minimum to keep OSHA off their back, and that's it. Yeah, and then they do the bare minimum for their employees so that they get them out quick enough. And then they don't want to spend so much money on training the new employees because they're like, well, it's expensive. Well, yeah, you just kept your employees, brother. But they don't want to do that either because it's expensive for both things. Meep, I am not only forklift certified. I have been forklift certified for 7 or 8 years. I'm also certified to train people on forklifts, and not just forklifts. I could talk about this for a minute. Technically, it's not forklift; it's PIT,
Not
powered
just
industrial
forklift.
truck, powered industrial trucks. I'm certified on 5 different classes of powered industrial truck, and then 2 earth movers, front end loader and skid steer, and then also 2 different mobile elevated working platforms, or MOOPs.
To have my babies.
That is true, Meep, and I will, but only Meep, because you asked so nicely, and because I like you. Yeah. I've had warehouse jobs, production jobs, stuff like that for a long time. I've also built houses from the ground up, from a hole in the ground to a whole ass house. I've done a lot of stuff.
I can
That's
validate
true.
that.
Yeah,
Actually, you were the one who taught me how to install tile. Did you? And how to remove wallpaper.
How to remove wallpaper, bro. That wallpaper sucked. Oh, I hated that.
That wallpaper was so bad.
Yeah, the worst. I was the one that changed your mind on wallpaper, isn't I?
Time, though.
That's true.
Yeah.
That was fun.
Yeah, because I wanted to put wallpaper everywhere. I was like, it's so pretty, and they've got such nice designs now.
Oh,
and
it is.
Like, wait.
Yeah, but if you ever want to change it, you tear the whole house down. Just tear the whole house down. You can't get it off the walls. Burn it to the ground, literally.
Burn it to the fucking ground.
Yeah. Yeah, it's awful. It's the worst. To be fair, that wallpaper was there since like the 70s, so there's that, but you know.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, I enjoy construction. I wish I'd get back into it, but every time I get like an offer for a construction job, it's like sales, door-to-door sales, basically. And then I hate that. And mostly it's like plumbing. Yeah, well, because the plumbing job that I had, that I've talked about a little bit, the plumbing job that I lost at the beginning of the year, or whatever, a couple months in, was they would give you leads and you would go out and you'd talk to the people, whatever. But a lot of the time it was like, hey, I have a problem, and then you have to sell them. Like sometimes I would go somewhere and they'd be like, hey, my sink broken, and I'd be like, okay, I can fix it for this much money, and they'll just say no, I don't want to pay that, and then I don't get that job, and I have to wait for the next one to come in. So I was paid a little bit per hour, but I was mostly commission, and I was like my boss would be mad at me if it, like, well, why didn't you get the job? What happened? They needed their sink done. Why come? And I was like, you gave me the price, and they said no. What do you want from me? Like, I didn't even set the prices, so it was kind of garbage. And
they
then
said no.
Yeah, you know what I mean? Like, what do you? I don't know what you want. They're like, I'm gonna call somebody else.
And then demand payment.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, like you have to be lucky.
Enough to do my practices in a company that doesn't care spending money for training still treat technicians like they are the worst. Yeah.
Yeah.
It really has become like enemy against the blue collar worker now.
Yeah, it
Because
is.
they know that blue collar workers thrive on unions and workers' rights. And now oh my god, I saw this thing today and it was like is creatures starting a Kiki Plumber business?
Is there a market for that? Because maybe.
But I saw this thing today and it said AI is just a way for the wealthy to get access to skilled labor without allowing the skilled laborers to access wealth.
Yeah, I believe that. I live in the Bay Area, which in other words or in other nomenclature, I don't know how to. It's also known as Silicon Valley. Silicon being the thing that computer chips are made out of. I live in the tech epicenter of the United States of America, and there are so many billboards. Morgan can attest to this when Morgan was out to visit. Every billboard is about AI, and I just saw a billboard yesterday, 2 billboards in a row. The first one said AI isn't going to steal your job, and then the next one right after it said, but someone using AI will, and it was an ad for their AI service. They were like, use this app because it's AI and you can steal people's jobs. Yeah, and there's a bunch of ads like stop hiring like I've literally seen a billboard that says stop hiring humans or something. And it's just like it's their AI bot instead. That's it's stupid. It's just you know what I mean, Meep? It's kind of fucked. Honestly, yeah. Living in Silicon Valley has really like given me like I knew, and it's been since I've been here that it's like really sort of blowing up. But like, I have a unique perspective on it at the very least. It's kind of crazy. Oh, and Meep's in. Yeah, Meep knows. Yeah, it's crazy. Yeah, have you seen? Dan knows.
Stop hiring the era of AI employees is here. That's so crazy.
Yeah, that's exactly what I'm talking about.
Utopian as fuck. That's
yeah, it's stupid. It's
screams into the void where it cannot hear me.
Exactly. Yeah. If only the void would yell back. Sometimes it does. Right now, it's not. It's silent.
I've been like slowly adjusting your camera to be like perfectly. Because you have a border around your camera, and then I also have a border around it, so I'm like fitting your border inside my border.
Yeah, well, it's confusing because it has 2 different thicknesses. It's like the light that's going around it is, so you have to fit it to the. I know exactly that it's the same. Yeah, I have the same problem. You're doing great. It looks great. You've seen him, at least for now. I think it's somewhat rage bait. It might be rage bait and building hype to keep the sweet investor money. That's fair. Honestly, Meep, that's fair. The ones that I've seen are actually like literally ads for their like, I don't know if maybe it's not. Who knows who paid for the billboard, right? But it's like an ad. It's like there's like a link. There's like a linky poo down at the bottom. It's like this is the AI that I'm talking about, that you should hire this one. Not all of them are like that, and like yeah, and even still, it may be that they're just they know that they're like engagement farming for investor money. It's possible.
Yeah.
Skynet
told us a very clear message, literally, and like. People
what was
are
that
like,
movie with
they're never
Shia
going
LaBeouf?
to take all the jobs. And I'm like, okay, just because we don't have that technology now doesn't mean it's not already in the works. Like they're literally trying. They're going after intelligence jobs like creativity, art, writing, data entry and whatever. Like AI should be used to assist people.
Atombons just use their daily eye drops. Keep them eyes moist, y'all.
Jobs, and it is definitely heading
What
that
about
way.
Atombons? Yeah, exactly. And that's something that I think a lot of people lack a lot of foresight. I don't understand how they lack so much foresight. Really. No, you get you nutting. Because
I ended up just like
yeah. But because speaking of foresight with that kind of thing, what they're doing in the UK right now with what they started in the UK with age verification for like NSFW stuff, and a lot of it was like on the family. Most people were like, yeah, you probably shouldn't be 16 or 15 years old being able to access that kind of stuff. But then they started right afterwards. The US started doing some various different things of just like, yeah, well, just show us your ID if you're gonna open Spotify now, or YouTube is all of a sudden like, yeah, if you say that you're 18 but we suspect that maybe you're not 18, show me your ID and prove it. And it's like it's slowly becoming like, at first it was NSFW stuff, and
What
it's
is
slowly
the
becoming
internet fucking club now? Where
You know
gotta
what I
show
mean?
your ID to get on the internet.
Yeah, it's like we're slowly pushing, and that's the thing that people like initially were like, well, yeah, you probably shouldn't be 15, be able to access the certain like Pornhub and stuff like that. But then like, and it was so quick too. You almost didn't have time to look forward to see the foresight. But like, yeah, it was slowly just they're creeping on your stuff. The biggest docs in history, and people don't realize. Yeah, you know what I mean. Meep attended a workshop at a work conference 2 years ago, and one of the speakers was an artist who worked in movies and shows, and basically, yeah, there's no more artist jobs in the movie and TV industry, and shit's fucked, and it was depressing. I believe that. Well, how many years ago, was it like 2 years ago that we had the writer's strike, the giant writer's strike in Hollywood?
And that did fucking nothing. Nobody learned
It's not a goddamn thing, yeah.
You chat GTP out of their fucking ass.
Yeah.
Oh my god, dude. When people in my friend group are like, yeah, I just asked chat GPT, I'm like, every time that you send a message to chat GPT and it has to respond, you waste one of these.
Yeah, at least. Yeah.
A whole bottle of water for every single message. And they're like, no, I'm sure it's a few messages. I'm like, even if it takes 5 messages, do you know how much fucking water waste that is? We are already running out of water. The river that runs through like western states like Arizona, Wyoming, Colorado, Utah, all of those places, the river that what river is that?
I think it's the Colorado River, isn't it?
The Colorado River. The Colorado River, when they, in like the 1600s or 1800s, whenever they were splitting up that math, they rounded up on the amount of water and they rounded down on the amount of population. And we have since doubled the population that they expected us to have. And so we have less water, and we are going to run out of water in that part of the United States in the next 10 years if we don't
Which is more than half of the U.S. because the Colorado River, I want to say it's like more than half, because the other half of the U.S. is on the Mississippi River or something like that.
What are we doing here?
You know what I mean? No, we're not water doing here anymore. It's gone. We aren't water anymore.
Do you want to hear my crazy fucking like high brain thing I had? I guess it's an idea.
I do.
I had the other day. Okay, so I was like thinking about how there's all of these hints that there was higher knowledge or whatever, that like aliens or whatever you want to call it, gods that took human form. But in many cultures around the world, there were like advanced technologies, like evidence of really advanced civilizations, and they're just gone, right? And that's us. We're doing that. We're hitting the reset button again.
Yeah,
We're
I
going to
could see
be
that.
a really advanced like civilization that drove ourselves to literal extinction. And then the earth is going to reset itself and do whatever she gonna do. And the next intelligent life form is going to be like, we're uncovering crazy shit about these humans, these early 2020s humans are crazy. They just blew themselves up.
It's funny.
They're Australian, but
no, they are. Yeah, they are. It's true. No, it's funny.
Everything else dies, that accent stays.
That's the only thing. It's funny that you say that. I want to say like 10 or 15 years ago, I was thinking the same thing, and like it was just like a dumb little, like I was a kid, you know what I mean? I was like, yeah, what if all these old things that we're discovering are like, what if it's just happening again? And my parents were very much not. They were the opposite of like supportive. What would you say? They didn't want to. Like my dad hated what if questions, so I just never got it out and was able to talk about it. Yeah, I know. You know what I mean?
Hate people that. Okay, I don't hate people. I do not. Hey, I see you sneaking up those stairs, little shadow
Are you
babies.
sneaking?
Sneaky.
Sneaky.
Well, the old roommate is still coming in and out grabbing some things, so they're like freaking out that they're going somewhere. That somebody's coming in. I'm trying to just like, because she has bad hips, so I'm trying to like not let her run up and down the stairs 15 times.
Yeah.
So. Oh, did you hear her little whine?
Yeah, little squeak. Yeah.
Squeaky toy.
Yeah.
No, ma'am, we're not gonna bark you.
The Great Filter. I am interested in that meep. We'll Google that.
Good girl. Yes, she is. You guys want to see her?
Yes.
Can you see her? The background blur is not here. Let me turn the background blur off, and then you'll be able to see her.
The Fermi paradox. I love the Fermi paradox.
Here we go.
Oh goodness.
Pretty girl.
Oh.
This is Artemis. Lexi.
Artemis.
And that's Lexi, her mama. And they're just little babies.
Oh.
Yeah, they are little babies. They're such sweet girls. Okay, I'm turning that filter back on because I don't want you guys to see how much shit I have to do over here.
Yeah.
So many boxes.
I'm gonna read more about that later, Meep. That's a vibe. And I'm very here for it. It's interesting though that separately, and I'm sure we're not the only people to have thought of that. But that we've both kind of thought that. 'Cause I guarantee, I was telling my dad, they're gonna find the ruins of New York City. They're gonna find the ruins of Los Angeles and San Francisco and stuff like that, and try to figure out and piece together what happened.
The materials that we use are not meant to last. So just like those civilizations where there's no explanation of what happened to them or what the fuck went on after a certain amount of time.
We're just gonna guess.
My theory that I went off on in my head was that it's because they started using materials that weren't meant to last and lost the right to repair, and everything was broken and awful, and it just and then it was the game of Monopoly, and one person had all the wealth, and hey, got all the way to the top this time. That's your fault.
Oh no.
Yeah,
no, I think you're 100% right.
Be like, Mom, there's people here.
Yeah. Well, I know it's the same people every time.
Same people. But like I was saying earlier, I don't really get along with people that don't like what if questions.
Yeah, I hate that.
90% of my brain.
Right. Well, and how do you think we learned before, and how do you think we're gonna continue to learn? It's you just it's closed-minded.
Curious. Yeah, it's very closed-minded. Somebody who's afraid, I don't get along with people who are afraid of change either. I'm oftentimes in my friend groups and in my life, and even just crossing paths with strangers, sometimes I end up being a huge catalyst for change in people's lives, and that ends up making me a lot of people's enemies, even though it's not my fault. I'm not going in there and making decisions for people. I'm just going in there and being my authentic self, and having somebody see another human being unapologetically being their authentic self changes people's lives. You changed my life too, Daddy Bear.
No. Oh goodness. Yeah, no, I feel that though. I'm the same way. That's the majority of the reason that I don't talk to my family anymore. Long story short, that's the best way that I could describe it, succinctly and concisely. That it's just I can't handle that. You know what I mean? That's crazy. Yeah. That's how you get that that backwards thinking, old worldian, archaic mindset is being afraid of change and being closed-minded. I think I've told this story a couple times before. The context doesn't matter. I was having an argument with my dad about music of all things. It wasn't even that big of a deal, and I was I was terrified. I got so heated that I called him closed-minded, and I was terrified I was going to get in so much trouble. I can't believe I just called my dad closed-minded, and he took it as a compliment. He was like, yes I am, thank you. It's oh, all right, well, that's just okay, cool. Jesus Christ, what is happening right now? What? Yeah, blew my mind.
Hey,
so
drop it. Hang on.
That's the long and short of it for me.
Go get something out of the dog's mouth.
Okay, while I have you, those of you who have had long hair your whole life, my hair is most of the time curly, and then when it's not, when it's partially curly, it's poofy and frizzy. What the hell do I do about that? How do I fix it? I want it to stay behind my stay down here. Do I have to straighten it? What am I doing? What happened?
What's your problem?
I stole your chat for a little while. No, my hair too poofy and fuzzy and frizzy, and I don't know how to fix it. Because when it's curly, it looks great, but then it the next day it's frizzy until I wash it again, and I'm not gonna wash it every day. So how do I?
Right, you need refresher spray, which if you don't want to buy it, you just take a little spray bottle and you fill it most of the way with water, and you put a teeny tiny little bit of conditioner in it, and you shake it up until it's mixed in with the water, and then you shake it before you use it. But on day 2, get your hair pretty fucking wet with that, and just re-scrunch the curls and refresh it, and then you're good.
Easy money. Oh yeah. And then what do you do for frizz? Do you do for frizz? What do you do for frizz when you frizz? Do you frizz?
When I frizz, well, the cheap solution is to just get
And then you're
dryer
good.
sheet and on your hair, but
Wild.
that puts like a layer of stuff on your hair.
Yeah,
Kinda
that
like,
makes sense.
I don't know if it's silicone or wax or whatever it is, but it's
Something
gonna
like
build up. It's just like a last minute solution or whatever. It's not
Yeah.
really like a long term fix.
that.
But in general, your hair is frizzy because it's probably really dry. So
Yeah.
the more moisture that you put in it, the better. Like that leave-in
Like a leave-in,
conditioner
yeah.
thing is gonna help with that. And then also,
Meep,
and
how
it's
is your
sort of
chat
like hair
orange?
wax or like light hold situation. Once like you do you do the spray, you do the refresh of the curls, and you let that completely dry, and then you can take like hair wax or whatever, like keep it in your bag or your car or whatever, and put it on later when it starts to get if it starts to get frizzy, and you just put like a thin little bit of the wax in your hands, put it all over your palms, and then you just and try not to run it through your hair, because the more you comb your hair, the more you're separating those curl bunches, and that's going to add frizziness and fluffiness.
That makes
So you
sense.
wanna,
I run my
like,
hands through my hair all the time.
that's making it frizzy.
Yeah. How do you not touch it? Next question. How do you stop that?
Also
How do you
breaking
don't
your
do that?
You get into grabbing bigger clumps together and you spin it. And then you can also get into doing what I do, which is like, if you can see like if I spin it this way, I'm going to take my finger and just go with the direction of it. And it's very similar, but it's not breaking up your curl clumps. And I actually learned that from my grandma. I grew up watching her do that.
That's a
With
vibe.
her hair. She would,
I
like, spin
think
it around and
if my hair was curly or like it is at the very beginning all the time, I think I would touch it less. It's because like when it gets straight and it's like poofy like this, I keep trying to like tuck it, and then I just keep trying to tuck it the rest of my life. Or like the wind will blow it and I'll try to like fix it, and then as I'm fixing it, the wind is still blowing and I don't know how to fix that. That's why I wear a hat. I live in a very windy place.
Oh yeah, I hate wind. My hair goes back in wind.
Yeah.
It just goes in a braid. So
Yeah.
don't know how to help you there.
Yeah. That's fine. I'm not so worried about that. If I can keep it a little bit curlier, I touch it a lot less. So I just need to do like a.
Oh, that's your 8-month subscriber badge. It's just really cute. And I was like, what is that?
Oh yeah, my little birdie getting hatched. He getting hatched.
Wimpy.
Meep, how are you? Why is your chat orange on my screen? How do you do? Is it because it's italicized? Is it the Italian? Yeah, look at my stream. That doesn't work on your stream.
It's not.
I don't know why it's not on your stream. It's like the same color as Meep's name on my screen specifically, not in my chat, but on my. I like orange. Yes, but how? But tell me, is it because it's italics and it's?
Oh.
I'm eating an. Is it because you're eating an orange? Incredible. You're a magician. One thing I learned about curly hair is you got to loosen your expectations because part of it is not up to you. That's what. That's fair. Actually, that makes sense.
On your stream either, in chat
Isn't
or
it?
on screen.
Do you not see?
Oh wait, no, it kept getting windy. Is wait,
yeah,
what?
and then you're good in Doofenshmirtz. I don't know why I like orange, but it's just who I am. Fair enough. Honestly, fair enough.
That's who I am.
How do you italics your chat? Because if I italics mine and it turns purple, then I know that's how. Is it just the asterisks? How do you spell? I was gonna type asterisks, but I don't know how to spell them.
I don't know.
Asterisks.
I know you're asking me,
Asterisk.
but I'm not one to ask.
Asterisks. I know I'm close. Oh, it's a K. Yeah, that makes sense. It purple? No. How do you italics? Are you on? It didn't work. Are you on mobile? Meep? Is that why? Can I italics on mobile? Is that a possibility? You are smarter. Meep, it's because you're too smart for me. Look, it's all orange on my screen too. How? Tell me, please. I'm not gonna do it. I don't know how to italics on my phone. Oh, you got an announcement? Are you announcing something?
Look at that! Look, I'm learning all these new things. Apparently,
Are you slash commands? What is because I've seen announcements before. What does that do? Announcement blue, announce green, announce orange, announce purple. Oh, is it because you announce purple message? It's because I see what happened. I see. Announce
It doesn't have anything to change the name of, like, to change the color of the text you write, though. Please tell me you get winner. I'm a smarter baby, smarter baby,
No.
smarter. Want to be a winner, want to be a winner. No.
I
no
don't
idea.
know what it is, me.
That's creature's announcement. Ah!
What other slash commands are there? Slash ban. Ban all of chat. Ban the whole
Slash
chat.
ban. Ban the whole chat. Check on my dogs.
Oh, you can monitor a user's message. That's interesting. What a dog. Got a dog.
We're just like learning how to be streamers right now, live.
Raid requests.
It's a live lesson.
Shared chat. Oh, you can share chat from chat. It's interesting. Oh, Meep, that's more down Hazel's alley than mine is, to be honest with you.
You call yourselves my friends and can't even recognize a La Seraphim song? No, that's more of a My thing. I didn't know La Seraphim was a band until My freaked out about getting their skins on Overwatch.
Oh, okay, I remember.
I don't know if I've actually listened to any of their songs. I probably have with My, but couldn't tell you which one.
No, that's changed your username. I found slash color, but it just changes your username color.
Where's the pumpkin when you need her? Hopefully,
you know what I mean?
That. I feel like that would massively disappoint her in me as like a human being. Yeah.
I put the sound.
Some actual respect for me.
Yeah, I put the so when she chats first time chat in stream, it's her little giggle. I got it to work. I've got a couple of people's. I've got a few people's. Meep. Speaking of Meep, send me or tell me. So when certain people, my VIPs usually, send their first chat, the little noise, a little sound bite pops up. It already went off, Hazel, because you shouted somebody out earlier or something. Yeah. But Meep, so you got to send me one. I'll play yours again. Hold on, I can play yours. I can play a couple of people's. Tommy's not here. I did Tommy's. Roadrunner beep beep. Okay, I can do that. That's perfect. I love it. I love that.
That is pretty fucking perfect, Meep.
Hazel, I think yours. It's either yours or Morgan's.
Well, I can play mine too because it's just a sound redeem on mine.
Well, what's the use of being a witch if you don't use
Oh, I did the shout out too. I didn't mean to do the whole shout out. Whatever. There you go. Extra shout out. Meep, you still haven't said how you.
I'm gonna play it on mine. You guys get to hear that again.
Yeah.
Because I want to hear it.
Yeah, you play it. I didn't know it was a redeem on yours. Maybe I did.
Well, what's the use of being a witch if you don't use witchcraft, huh?
And
if you get the video, if you have the video with, I spent so long cropping a video to match with it perfectly, but she just like out of the room. She goes so fast and she leaves behind a cloud of bobby pins.
It's so good. I wish that I figured out why it didn't work on mine anymore. It's because it's Looney Tunes.
Her name is Witch Hazel. That's why I chose her.
Yeah. Yeah, because I use an older version of OBS, the video doesn't work on mine.
The burning weed with its roots in hell.
I was just scrolling through your...
So quiet. It's all the way up in sound elements, but it is so quiet.
That sucks. I'm sorry for you.
Quiet. That's so perfect, isn't it? Yeah, she was my favorite. My dad was really into Looney Tunes. He owned every episode on DVD, so I grew up watching it. And Witch Hazel was always my favorite for obvious reasons.
Yeah.
She's a witch. Her name is Hazel. Come on.
It's too easy. Yeah.
What else is there?
Yeah, my dad. I also had that big box set of. My dad had that big box set of Looney Tunes, of all the old Looney Tunes stuff. The one, I think it even had a warning at the beginning for like the first few episodes that they came out with, because they were like insensitive and gross. But yeah.
We didn't have those ones.
Oh yeah, we had those. It was like a whole box set. That's good.
Kind of nuts.
Meep, are you?
I need a boom sound, but I need a stream deck
too,
so that I can play that. Because Meep is always in here with the puns, and I love puns.
Jax has got the puns locked down on my stream. Jax is lurking, I think, maybe, unless they're not anymore. But yeah, I got a couple of punning people in here. That would be good to have a little badum toos, a little badum toos. Oh.
Yeah, you're a good. I'm sorry, you're all
Yeah.
these little doggies.
The puppers.
Every time I walk upstairs, they get so excited that they're like going home because they think SSJ is at home, but he's at work, and this is home now, and they don't know that.
Yeah, they'll learn. It's true.
I know you all only tolerate my puns and bad jokes, but I appreciate that they're absolutely not me.
Yeah, I love them. I love
Out
them.
of here with that. I love puns.
Puns
I
are
love
great.
dad humor. I love dry humor. I love puns. Things that make people cringe when you say them in public. Oh, I love it. I want more material so that I can spread it around.
Yeah. We love puns.
Like
It's true. Yeah.
We as a whole group love puns.
Hell yeah.
It's a real thing.
It is real. That is true. Hazel, I don't know if you ever saw or said anything about my little stream avatar on your stream, but I swapped it like forever ago, and I just got a glimpse of him. I think he's kind of killer down there.
Oh, with the little skull hat and the green turtle shell backpack. Oh, you have a knife and fork? I thought it was just a knife.
Yeah, it's a knife and a fork. And he's got the skull. His head is a skull, and he's got a skull in his head, and he's still got the purple and green motif. It's a whole vibe.
Well, I have one friend who got so fed up with my bad jokes that he eventually started purposefully not reacting to them in any way, so I wouldn't get any satisfaction. That's still a satisfaction, though. Yeah. I would still get satisfaction out of that. But want to know why? Because I know you're trying so hard not to look annoyed, not to laugh, not to anything. And I'm just going to play off of it. I'm going to make it worse.
Exactly.
I'm going to be like, yeah, you really like that one, right? I got one for you.
Yeah.
Going.
Yeah, I'm the same way. I agree. Yeah. That means that it's working.
Such hair. Pisses me off. But then when I put it, it's nice to be not as overstimulated because it'll like collect around my neck.
Oh yeah, mine does that sometimes. But then all the
hair is behind me, and then when I lean back and I try to like look down, I'm pulling my own hair right now.
Or like when you sleep, where do you put your hair when you sleep? I've started putting mine like up, but then it like folds in half.
I have to braid it and wear a bonnet. I have to do both.
Yeah.
Sometimes if I'm really lazy, I will do one of these moves where I'll just like pull it out from my head loose.
Yeah.
Put the ponytail here.
Yeah.
Loose. Oh, it just played my music and I was like, where's that sound coming from? And it's me playing my own music. But yeah, I'll put the ponytail like really far out from my head so it's like really loose, and then I'll put that in a bonnet just so that the weight is pulling on my head.
Yeah.
But I cannot not sleep. Look at how fucking big that is.
Yeah. It's kind of crazy.
Not sleep without a bonnet anymore because I will just actually suffocate myself underneath my own hair.
Yeah.
I have woken up. I started getting a bonnet because I literally woke up with some of my hair wrapped around my neck.
Yeah.
And like tight. And the other bits were just like fucking all over my face. And I was like, I'm gonna die because of my own fucking hair. I'm gonna die in my sleep.
Yeah, that's awful.
That really like scared me though. I was like, where's that noise coming from?
Oh yeah, it's me. I did it. It was me.
It's in there.
That's funny.
You can always tell when I hear something different or weird that I need to pay attention to because I'll like like a hunting dog.
Yeah.
Really hard for a second.
Like point with your whole body. Point at it. Yeah.
Please no die, Hazel. I do my best every day, and sometimes it's really difficult.
Yeah.
Every day. Yeah, mornings are so bad. Actually, let's get into this. So I definitely have several comorbid mental illness diagnoses, right? CPTSD on there, anxiety on there, depression on there, right? And like some other things that would not be I've asked people that are close to me that have known me for a long time if they would be shocked to hear that I was diagnosed with like borderline personality disorder, bipolar disorder, stuff along those lines. And every single one of them was like, not really. I wouldn't be very surprised. I was like, cool, thank you for being really honest. I'm gonna process these feelings. But it would be CPTSD is complex post-traumatic stress disorder.
Cause a bitch ain't basic.
Because a bitch ain't basic. But I don't know. I guess I don't know the difference specifically. Let me look that up. Actually, I really am
I don't
curious
know.
now what the difference, like what the
Yeah, what is the
what's that
complex
called?
modifier?
The official difference, yeah. Between CPTSD and
Every time
PTSD.
I think I find myself on the Cleveland Clinic website too often. I was gonna say every time I search something like this, it's always the same Cleveland Clinic, and then I was like, oh, I wonder if everyone searches this kind of stuff all the time, or it's just me.
Okay, so it's definitely CPTSD. So apparently, yeah. So apparently, PTSD is something that is associated with like a specific event, and CPTSD is generally something that someone experiences long term, generally in their childhood. Let me read this. PTSD is typically associated with a single traumatic event, whereas CPTSD is more commonly linked to experiences like prolonged childhood abuse or neglect.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Yeah.
Poster child. But so it wouldn't really surprise me if I did have some sort of personality disorder or something that needs like mood stabilizers versus antidepressants, you know, just boiling it down to that, just because my luck with antidepressants hasn't been very good. And fun fact, did you know that in the United States, the only thing that your like primary care physician cannot treat you for, the only two things that they cannot treat you for is bipolar disorder and something that requires an endocrinologist. What's that? Thyroid issues? I don't know. It's something that's like totally not as serious as bipolar disorder, but it's because
a cold.
It's because bipolar disorder and like disorders like that require a mood stabilizer versus antidepressants can actually be like severely worsened by antidepressants and anxiety medications. So they made it where you have to have a psychologist or a psychiatrist treat you for, or like prescribe you your bipolar medication.
Interesting.
Which just so happens to make it really hard for me to look into any of that, because guess what's way more fucking expensive than your primary care physician? A goddamn psychiatrist. And what insurance do I have? Not a good one. So, not one that covers that.
Yeah. I've been there.
I think the last time I had an insurance that covered psychiatric care was when I was on my parents' insurance after they got a really good job with the federal government.
Yeah, that makes sense.
That was a solid 6-7 years.
Yeah,
I was
that's
only in therapy
nice.
for too long.
Well,
just kidding. No, I've had 7 years of therapy total, 5 to 7. My math is terrible. That number's going to change every time I say it, but it is less than 10 and over 5. So that's,
there you go.
that's as much as I know.
Yeah.
The mental health care system here sucks. It does.
What sucks more, I think, is that I don't know that there's anywhere that's better. Like, you know what I mean?
The mental health care system globally
is
sucks.
in general.
And that's because we are in like a very big part of like learning and growing in that aspect of being humans, and like as a global society, especially with the internet now, we haven't always been a global society. It's been more just like you have your niche communities, and as global as you get is like statewide or region at most. But like especially now we're becoming way more emotionally intelligent, way more cognizant of our impacts on the rest of the world. Girls, get back in.
Yeah, we're paying more attention to each other, and we're also and then because of that, due to that, we're sort of more open, and also the anonymity of the internet has allowed us to be more open, you know, in the face of what do you call it, like the connotations, the negative connotations that mental health has had for such a long time. So a lot more is out there, a lot more people are a lot more open and then a lot more people can read that information and know it. The stigma, there you go, that's what I was looking for. And it's sort of snowballed, which is fantastic. It's great that it's still, you know, slow getting into the system, the actual medical system, but we're at the forefront of it for sure, which is really nice to see. Not even here, and we have free Social Security. I have to wait half a year to get my psychologist to diagnose my ADHD, and another half year for the next session to just dismiss all my problems. I have problems following orders, bro. Yeah, it sucks. That's the thing. Yeah, cause like healthcare in general can be better somewhere else. Like if it's free, for instance, or you know, some places have it better than others. I don't know how Canada is compared to the UK and like, you know, the rest of Europe and stuff like that. But yeah, it's definitely. You know, depending on where, you know, it's just different places are good for different things. Like Mexico is really good for a lot of different medical things and not other things, and then, you know, pricing and stuff like that. But overall, it's mental health is just not where it needs to be.
Globally, that's a big shift we're seeing for sure, that I'm excited about. Like each generation gets more like emotionally intelligent. Since Gen X. Gen X was more emotionally conscious, but not emotionally available or emotionally intelligent. But they were definitely the first step from like boomers. God damn. Let's not.
Yeah, exactly.
Not that mess.
But. Right. Yeah. And the unfortunate thing is that a lot of us were raised by boomers, and then, you know, maybe the younger of our audience was raised by Gen X, but
I was raised by Gen X.
Were you? I think my parents were technically boomers. I'm pretty sure. My parents were old though when they had me.
How old were your parents when they had you?
In their 30s, like mid to late 30s.
Early 20s.
Yeah.
And we're only a year apart.
Right.
So they're either like elder Gen X or very, very young boomers, like the last of the boomers, the first of the Gen X.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah.
But
poisoning dog for real though.
Dude, I say that every time this conversation comes up. I'm just like, we just gotta wait for all of the people in, you know, House of Representatives and Senate and all of these political powers that have fucking lead poisoning from the 60s and 70s to die. Yeah. And then we'll start getting some rationality in there. Hopefully.
You hope. Yeah, you would hope. But again, it's the same thing. Like,
hard.
Yeah. Well, the problem that I see is that like, it's definitely better than it was, and the younger generations are better than the older generations, but like specifically my brother and sister both have kids, and they're being raised like they were and like their parents before them, and they're like sticking to it, and they're learning those ways, and they think that's normal, and so like as better as, you know, like millennials and Gen Z and further are, it's still your parents are, you know, I mean, it depends on how you react to it and how you grow up and what you do when you turn 18, but like bad parents still exist, you know what I mean? And people that have that backwards mentality are still teaching the younger generations those things. Yeah, exactly.
Parents are actual real life flat earthers.
Jesus Christ. I'm not positive that my brother isn't a Nazi.
They're in their late 20s, but they have 2 siblings at 18 and under 18 that are just in it. They're just in it, being raised by flat earther anti-vaxxers, and that's crazy.
Yeah, it's crazy. Yeah, my family's anti-vax. Yeah.
Also, we were having this conversation the other night, but like a lot of people, you know, that like irony thing that millennials really love, where it's like, oh yeah, I totally love this thing and I definitely believe it, but it's just ironic. Like you're doing it because you're making fun of people that actually do hardcore believe in that. And I believe that was fine up until 2020, and then that was like a very the pandemic was a crazy shift in like what you're able to, like, people's abilities to decipher what is real information and what is a joke and what is, you know, propaganda and all of that shit. Just it became so obvious that shit is in dire need of change
Yeah.
in this country, and like people who were spreading shit to be ironic, who were being understood by the younger generation as it being a joke and like not actual real facts, that actually created a community of older people who straight up believe that the earth is fucking flat.
Yeah.
Because you made up this like scientific sounding thing, knowing that younger people would know that it's a joke,
Right.
and older people are like, oh my god, that science makes sense, and you're like,
Tummy
it
goes
actually
rogue
fucking
just
It
use
doesn't.
their
doesn't though.
daily
Wait,
eye
no,
drops.
stop.
It doesn't at
Keep
all.
them eyes moist, y'all.
Yeah. What up, Tommy?
Hi, Tommy. Oh my god, 72 eye drops and 27
Yo.
hazelnuts? That's the same number backwards.
And that's actually kind of cool. That's rad. You can't get any more than
I'm
that.
not going to talk much about this because I get angry fast. I can't deal with human stupidity.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's not even
Me
just
too.
stupidity. It's education, because I believe that being stupid and not knowing are different, and being ignorant are different.
Yeah.
There's a significant lack of reading comprehension. What I was gonna say, because like there's sarcasm, and there's, you know, people have a difficult time when you read something on paper, you know, catching the like the nuance behind it and the tone behind it, like when you're texting your friend and the sarcasm doesn't get across or something like that, and it does more as you know your friends and stuff like that. But then there's that on one hand, but then also there's just a significant lack of like good reading comprehension. Yeah, media literacy is another thing that's really difficult. My mom, I've tried so hard to get my mom on my side, and she just doesn't. Yeah, it's just difficult, and a lot of it is just
because of the
education.
intentional, like dismantling of critical thinking and
Mhm.
rhetoric as a value in American culture. Like they did that on
Yeah.
purpose. They took it out of schools.
Mhm.
They stopped taking classes that have you apply knowledge. Like I didn't take any sort of application of knowledge. No studying was presented to me besides memorization and spitting
Mhm.
it back out until I moved out of the US and went to a different school.
Yeah.
And then I literally had full class. I had a class that I had to pass. It was required for me to get a diploma from this school called Theory of Knowledge. How do you
Wow.
know something? How to know something? How to
That's
find
cool.
out the truth? How do we think? What is critical thinking and how does that work? Like I literally had to take that class and get a good enough grade to graduate high school.
Yeah, we need that. We need more of that. But yeah, but I mean, you're right. When you say it's intentional, if anybody doesn't believe you, just point them to the fact that we've dismantled the entire Department of Education in the U.S. It's gone now.
Yeah, it's gone.
We don't have that. We don't. You know, what do you mean educate? We don't need
Bye-bye.
education. Yeah.
Yeah. Well, because
Garbage.
I mean, I was about to say something so dark, but let's just not. I'll just move on from that and
Yeah.
pretend I didn't.
I heard
I
people
heard people saying, why don't we
mm,
inject weakened viruses so the immune system trains it to recognizing the
I saw
illness?
that.
Unironically.
Damn. I saw that. It was
That's
a tweet.
what
I saw a tweet.
vaccines are.
Yeah. You're like, you're so
Literally what
close.
vaccines
You're
are.
so
Literally-
close.
Oh my god, when people run forehead fucking first into the
Yeah.
sign and they
Yeah.
still don't see it, I'm like,
Yeah.
y'all, you're killing me.
You're
You're
fucking
literally causing me pain.
Christ. Yeah, I
Like
saw
my
that.
parents, for example, I'll like talk to them about like neglect and how people unintentionally abuse the people they love all the time because they themselves are traumatized, and that doesn't mean the abuse is okay, but just because it's intentional doesn't make it not abuse. And they're like, well, you know, the things that happened to you are real and it did have an effect, and that's definitely why you have depression and anxiety disorder, but it wasn't abuse and that's not our fault.
Wait, hold on.
And I'm like, wait a second.
You were so close.
Huh?
You were so close. You were so close.
Huh? What?
What do you mean?
You really were so close, and then
Yeah.
just like 180 turned around and went the other way.
Yeah. You like you basically you said the right thing, and then you just changed the wording. You're like, this is
Yeah, you actually said
yeah.
it in the wrong order. You're supposed to do the denial first and then the acceptance.
Yeah,
and then you're
yeah,
supposed to move on from the denial.
yeah. But
Is what's
no,
supposed to happen.
yeah.
But no.
That would be smart though. That would make sense.
That would be a good thing.
I'll take a pound of nuts.
I'm all done watching anime and take a shower. I'll be lurking. Enjoy thinking about creature in the shower.
Hey yo, hold on. Who said
That's
that?
the frustrating part, is they're so close to the point. Yeah.
Oh, it was Tommy.
Tommy.
Hey yo, Tommy, did you hear
Yeah,
it?
you
I gotta
are
turn
right.
it back up.
But
I tried. It's too quiet. I made
and then
a
she
little
also
sound
like
for
made
Tommy.
jokes. Like one time when I went, I thought I was like really had to build up the courage to ask my mom this, and I like walked up to her and I was like, "Hey, I think I have some pretty unhealthy habits in choosing my romantic partners, and I think I need to go to therapy to unpack the root of that, and undo some damage. And she was like, yeah, I think that's a great idea. I'll pay for it because I probably caused 90% of it anyways.
Jesus
And I was
Christ.
standing there like, okay. And then like I get into it in therapy, and like she did cause 90% of it, like telling me that like if you are growing up and your parent, someone that you love deeply and look up to and respect, is telling you that they scream at you and use their body to like physically contain you in a corner, no ma'am, no barkies, and like do all of these things to you, and then you tell this human being that you only do it because you love them, guess what they're gonna think love looks like.
Yup. Yep. Oh yeah. Yeah, it's kind of crazy how that works.
So when my boyfriend was punching holes in the wall and trapping me in the bathroom and like doing all of this crazy shit, I was like, no, he does it because he really cares about me.
Yeah, clearly.
He just really loves me.
Yeah,
that's
obviously.
why he's trying to control me.
Yeah.
Yeah. Whoa, yeah. So that's the CPTSD I'm talking about. Also, they grabbed my Squishmallow that is not a toy, so I'm gonna grab that really quick.
No,
I didn't have time to dog-proof this base before the dogs showed up, so I'm
Did
realizing
you say this
what
base?
are not.
Is your base not dog-proofed? Oh, this place.
This space.
Did you build your base in Minecraft? It's not dog-proof?
Let me just dog-proof the base really quick. Oh, and my pre-rolls are back on, so I'm going to do a quick little BRB ad. I'm going to leave this screen up. If you are a subscriber or if you get less than 3 minutes of ads, you can play the drop game. Yes, ma'am. I probably also have to take them out to pee, so give me a minute.
What am I supposed to do during that time?
I don't know. Pick your butt.
You know what? I might do that. When my dad was like, I don't know why you let him treat you that way. Like, bitch, I learned it from you. True, though. Yeah. Unfortunately, it do be like that. Me by like a little spinny guy. What are you spinning? What are you spinning? Did you? Nobody made it. I got that stream delay, so I can't tell when somebody makes it on time. Clang in the chat. Anybody who plays the Pokemon community game, I still have rare presents and presents. If 5 people try to catch this Pokemon, I'll give a gift. We had a weird parent generation because their parents were like real bad and their grandparents were like really bad, but then they had a weird time, a lot of changing and parenting things. That's true. That is true. Meep, nice landing. We'll go. Oh, why am backwards? Why look guy backwards on screen? Hell yeah. Also, so it's a really empty, like trying not to do what they dealt with. Yeah, that's the thing. Yeah, because like we were talking about it, like the age of our parents and grandparents. Like my grandmother, not my great grandmother, my grandmother grew up in the Depression, like during the Depression, and then raised her child, and you know, and my dad was the same way. My dad was the youngest of like 10 or 12 siblings and he was young, or no, his parents were like normal age at the beginning, but he was the youngest out of all of them, is what I was trying to say. So like I don't know specifically, I never met, they died before I was born, his parents, but like you think about how significantly different the world was 100 years ago, you know what I mean? And that's what our parents were raised by, you know? And it's crazy to think about. It's definitely it's kind of insane to think about. But I mean, like, we're working on it, we're doing well, we're making progress, but it's like I was saying before too, you know, I was raised by my parents poorly, and I changed. I took that and I was like, I'm gonna go ahead and not do that. I'm gonna do the not that. But my other 2 siblings, 2 out of 3 of us, stuck in and went balls deep. Like my brother is worse. Like my mom, I've had conversations with my mom before about like hoping that he'll calm down and hoping that he'll like kind of back up, and because he went too far, you know what I mean? Like my mom realizes that he's too much. So like it's, you know, it's you would hope that more than 50% of the world does the right thing, but it's just, you know, it's a roll of the dice, literal roll of the dice. The whole family went right and I went left. Yeah, that's what happened to me. Yeah, exactly. And so like, you know, the record shows, out of those of us that are here at least, that it's no, it's less than 50% of the people go left, which sucks. But over time, hopefully people will, I don't know, change. I don't want to say hopefully people will pass on, but like sometimes some of the people, like we were talking about before, the people who are in Congress and stuff like that, gotta go. You know what I mean? We gotta figure that. And once that happens, I think that maybe I just hope that we see it. I hope that I see it in my lifetime is what I'm looking forward to. You know what I mean? It's not right now. I just hope that it is eventually.
But I don't think I will.
You know what I mean? I don't know. I'm not holding my breath.
I feel like I'm gonna see it when I'm old and retired and like about to die. Then I'm gonna be like,
Yeah.
oh my god,
It's
some
finally
actual
happening.
real change. You guys don't know what it was like.
Yeah. I hope so. I do hope so.
I really hope. Yeah, I wish I can say. I wish I'll be able to say you guys don't know what it was like in like the way that it used to be worse.
Yeah.
And it's gotten better, and not in a way of like you guys don't know what it was like. Like
Yeah,
you
what
guys
you're
are,
missing out on.
have your inalienable human rights are being taken away,
Yeah.
and you need to fight for them.
Yeah. Well, and
I don't
then
really
another
wanna have
thing.
to motivate a whole fucking countrywide revolution. You know, I'm so tired.
Yeah, exactly. But another thing, like Tommy was talking about, or in the same vein of what Tommy was talking about, like their parents were bad, our parents were bad, and their parents were real bad, and their grandparents were real. But like, there was so much good also happening. Like the economy was booming, housing prices were low, jobs were high. Like my dad, before he got a DUI and lost it, was making so much money. They owned a house, like they had kids. They were like doing really well for themselves.
On the backs of women, because
And that's
during
true.
World War II, the women were doing all of these jobs. They were getting gainful employment. They were starting to realize like, hey, we are actually capable of doing all of these things. And then the men got back from the war, and instead of like providing mental health services and rehabilitation and rejoining society and rebuilding, they were just like, nope, we have to pretend everything's okay. Just everybody go back to this like idealized life. Women, get out of there, get back in the home.
Yeah.
Like take some fucking antidepressants and wait on your husband like he's a millionaire and you're their maid. Like,
right. And then the problem,
that is
I think,
what we want normal. So like there was only plentiful jobs and plentiful employment because they kicked women out.
Yeah.
And we had to force our way back in the 80s.
Yeah. But the problem with all of that is, I mean, the problem is obvious, but the reason that it's difficult for, well, there's a lot of reasons that it's difficult for people who are older to change their mind, but because they saw good economy, they saw good housing, they saw all these good things, and they were like, well, we did everything right.
What we have to do.
Yeah, and they were like, well, look, we did it.
Like,
we succeeded.
No. Just because on the surface of what you guys saw was good doesn't mean that you were brewing the most intense type of evil that only showed up later.
Yeah, and they don't get it. And they don't get it now either. Like, every time, like I had a couple of conversations with my parents about like, yeah, I just don't think I'll ever own a house. And they were like, no, you will. You know, you just put a little bit of work in. And I looked up the address that the house that they owned. And I asked my dad, I was like, what'd you buy the house for? And he said, what do you say, like 30K or something like that, 50K or something like that. And I looked up that neighborhood. Yeah. It was like $500,000 to $800,000. And it was like, and they bought that place in like the early 2000s, or yeah, like 2000, before 2005, but like in the early 2000s. So less than, like 20 years ago. You know, the house went from 30,000, and now it's probably more. That was a few years ago. That was when housing was still like at least a little bit, like comparatively at least a little bit affordable.
When
Also,
I got my
Civil
raise
Rights
a
Act
few months
wasn't.
ago,
Yeah.
Go ahead.
Civil Rights Act wasn't until the 60s, so colored people couldn't get jobs either. Before that, are much harder. Exactly. And my dad, I've said this before, my dad was there. My dad was in high school when they abolished segregation, and when like people were like, when they were, what is integration was happening, when everything was going back together.
Yeah.
And they still think that, yeah, exactly. That's what I'm saying, Kathy. They still think things are the same way now.
A few months ago when I got my raise, I was talking to my mom, and she was like, so how much do you make now? And I was like, oh, 22 an hour. And she's like, wow, that's way more than I made at your age. And I was like, what did you make at my age? And what year was that?
Yeah.
Right. So we Googled it with the inflation change. I make $5,000 less a year than she did at my age, with like $10 more an hour.
Yeah. That money, it's not worth it.
Like, oh, that's really crazy. And I was like, no, it's actually not, Mom. And I need you to change who you vote for now that you have this knowledge.
Yeah.
Because it was there.
Yeah, it was on paper.
By the way, there's some static going. Don't know from
Oh no, let me listen. Is it me or is it?
It might be the music.
It might be the music. I can't hear it, but I'm also listening to my music. Guys, I didn't hear it.
I don't hear it.
I didn't hear it when I unmuted Hazel's stream. That
I
wasn't
can
me,
hear
Hazel's
like
stream.
background fuzz when you're speaking. Like I can hear the ambient room noise, but I can't hear like.
And I'll tell you why. I was having issues in my Discord where it was cutting out like every. Well, you remember? Were you there for that? And then yeah, Meep, please. I figured out I just had to turn off all of the audio processing that Discord does, and now you can hear me, but it doesn't sound as good. So that's a problem that I don't know how to fix otherwise. Meep, what flavor ice cream sandwiches? Have you ever had a Neapolitan ice cream sandwich? Because there was a couple of months where I was having those that were really tasty. What side do you start with? I'm so burdened by inability to choose that I've made a game with myself where I just whatever side I open it with, I have to start there because otherwise I'll never eat it.
So like if I'm honest with you guys, I eat it long ways if it's Neapolitan so that I can get like one bite of each flavor and spread it out.
That's smart.
But usually I will eat the chocolate side first and then just go back and forth between the strawberry and vanilla because I don't like chocolate ice cream. I'm not a chocolate ice cream fan. I'm not a chocolate cake fan or a chocolate frosting fan. I like chocolate, like Hershey's with almonds or like dark chocolate bars. I like actual chocolate, but anything like chocolate flavored when they use cocoa powder to flavor it, I just taste the powder. It just tastes like sand.
Interesting. Yeah. Chocolate's like actually my favorite.
With sugar mixed into it. Really? Fuck you.
Fair enough. Honestly, fair enough.
Well, okay, but it used to be sandwich payload arriving imminently.
I'm stoked. I'm so excited, Meep. It used to be vanilla. Vanilla used to be my favorite ice cream, and then vanilla bean because my parents were like, "You're a fucking psychopath. Please eat something different." And so I had vanilla bean, and they were like, "Try this," and then I tried French vanilla. I didn't like French vanilla.
You're just like sweeter milk, yeah.
Yeah, and I was like, yes, actually, yes, I did. I do like that. And then so I grew up into chocolate. Wow. I ate blackberry. I don't like chocolate or anything, but I like fruit. Fair enough, Tommy. Yeah.
Fair enough.
I don't know how much a controversial take it'll be, but my all-time favorite ice cream flavor is green tea. Meep, that tracks so much for you. Controversial or not, that makes sense. You can get kind of fancy.
Not like a drinking matcha kind of person, but I do like a green tea mochi.
Yeah. I've never tried that. I don't like the aftertaste of tea in general. Every tea that I've ever tried, I haven't enjoyed it, so I stopped trying. I should try again probably, but it's the aftertaste. It's not the flavor of the tea; it's the aftertaste. It's like the tea part of the tea. Well, you're like the one of two people that have ever said that in my entire life. Most people get mad at me and throw punches, so it's like very controversial to not like tea.
It's so weird though because so many Americans don't like tea. So many people in the UK don't like tea. And it's like,
interesting.
But people not like what they don't like. It's also egregious that I don't really like coffee. I like the taste of coffee. I do not like what it does to my insides. So the fact that I'm not changed to a fucking coffee pot for the first 3 hours of my morning is diabolical to people. They're like, I don't trust people that don't drink coffee in the morning, that like don't need coffee. And I'm like, then you don't fucking trust me.
Calm
and I'm
down.
way better at my job in the morning than you are.
Yeah.
Because I don't need a pot of black
goop.
Fucking diuretic bean water
to
my fucking job.
Yeah, that's the thing, Dan. Where would you try matcha? Would you have to go to
uninterrupted things
Starbucks
to cry in the bathroom? But I don't need coffee.
Yeah, that's different. It's different. One of them is a lot more expensive than the other one. Yeah. You going to Otakuthon? Oh yeah, Meep, I heard you talking about that. Hoping to participate in the traditional tea ceremony. That sounds like a vibe. Meep, I don't know if you've ever been to San Francisco, but there is a like an old tea garden. There's like a traditional tea garden in Golden Gate Park that I have not because I don't like tea, but it's apparently really cool. And if you ever go to San Francisco, try it. Probably. I don't know. Do whatever you want.
Creature, you're from Colorado, right?
Mm-hmm. I shall am.
That in Boulder, there is the
Celestial Seasonings?
No. I believe it. I think it's Thailand, but there is a ornate tea house that was built and hand painted in the country and then gifted to Boulder, Colorado, and they shipped it in pieces and put it back together, and it's got this like my friend went and showed me so many pictures, and it's got this little like pond with trees in the center of it, and there's like settee style tables, like they've got like the big flat cushion and then the round table in the middle, and you just like sit around the edge of the table. There's not like chairs and stuff. There are tables that have chairs, but the ones that my friends were in like the corners, and it looked fucking gorgeous. Like every single surface in that building looked intricately painted with many colors and
That's
like
cool.
handmade carvings, and they serve some really good tea in there.
Hell yeah. That's awesome.
Tried this like blueberry, I don't know, blueberry cardamom, I think, and I was like, that sounds fucking really good, honestly.
Yeah, that's interesting. Yeah, I didn't know that. I have been to Boulder, and I didn't know, but I'm not a tea person, so it makes sense. That's cool though.
Puts you to sleep. Poor sleepy baby.
Yeah, caffeine did that to me too. Sometimes I have found, I thought that it was, I actually don't know if it's caffeine anymore, because I thought that it was caffeine that did that to me. But I think that it was actually the sugar that does that to me. Sugar puts me to sleep. Because now I have sugar-free energy drinks and it doesn't put me to sleep, but I've been there before. Coffee specifically does it though.
Weird reaction to coffee. Like sometimes it'll make my body jittery, but it doesn't do anything for my brain.
Ooh.
And sometimes it'll just make my anxiety way worse, but my body still feels like really sluggish. So I just never use it to wake up.
Yeah, I just don't.
It's usually one bigger downside for another bigger downside. You know?
Yeah, that sounds bad.
Monsters put my ass out.
Yeah. Well, I mean, hey, at least you know. But yeah, speaking of, you were talking about tea in Colorado, there is a Celestial Seasonings who makes tea. I believe it's pretty sure it's not here. There's 2 places I've lived, and I'm pretty sure it's Colorado, that you can like go and tour a Celestial Seasonings, which is kind of cool, like the whole factory and all.
More about Celestial Seasonings. What is it?
Do you? Hell yeah. It's because it does, in fact, still affect your heart rate and blood pressure. Yeah, even if the caffeine doesn't. Oh, Meep got it. Meep got the ice cream sandwich. Did I get it? Meep, is it on my doorstep? Do I have to leave and go get it? Or I'll get it later, maybe after stream. We have more Arab teas than Ardian ones. Asian. What? Monster. Than Asian ones, being a country with heavy historical culture from there. That makes sense. That tracks. You said Spain, right? That's kind of a vibe. Pakistani tea is a game changer.
So.
Oh yeah.
It's
You're right. That's fair.
Seasonings, yogi tea, and sleepy time tea, which is actually there's a sordid history of sleepy time tea, which is made by Celestial Seasonings. There's a peculiar story lurking in your cup of sleepy time tea, one that concerns involuntary trances, communication with aliens, and a eugenics plot to eliminate the inferior races of our greater nation. Originally published on Van Winkle's in February 2016. So there is
Tommy, there's a brand called Sleepy Time Tea. Chamomile is actually, if you're trying to go to sleep, you drink chamomile. Sleepy Time Tea is like an actual brand of tea. Yeah.
But Sleepy Time has a unique flavor blend, and let me tell you, it's fucking delectable. It is so good. I fell in love with Sleepy Time tea, Sleepy Time vanilla specifically.
Hold on. Are we gonna skip over the lore? Can we go back to the lore for a second? We're talking about eugenics and Sleepy Time, yeah. How many people are going to catch that? If one more person tries to catch that Pokemon, I can send a gift out. I think. Okay,
Celestial Seasonings, the troubling legacy of Mo Siegel, the founder of Celestial Seasonings.
Huh. Sounds like a synthetic Delta 8 fake weed brand tea.
Mo Siegel was an ardent follower of the Urantia book, a dense and controversial text claiming to be a revelation from celestial beings. The book presents a complex cosmology and purports to offer a detailed account of Earth's history and its place in the universe. While it has a small but dedicated following, many critics consider it pseudoscientific and at times racially problematic. Origins book. So Mo Siegel's devotion and influence. Siegel's devotion to the Urantia book.
Yeah.
heavily influenced his vision for Celestial Seasonings. He saw the tea company as a vehicle to spread the book's teachings and even used passages from it in the company's early advertising and product names. Siegel was deeply committed to the Urantia book's ideals and aimed to infuse these into the brand's identity and mission, because nothing says relaxation like a side of eugenics with your chamomile.
You know what I mean? Oh, Jesus
Race
Christ.
ideologies and eugenics. The Urantia book has faced severe criticism for its views on race and eugenics. Some passages suggest a hierarchy of races, which is deeply troubling and blatantly racist. While Siegel himself may have not publicly endorsed these specific views, his close association with the book casts a long, dark shadow over Celestial Seasonings as a company. Critics argue that supporting the company indirectly supports the propagation of these deeply offensive and harmful ideologies. And you thought the bear in pajamas was the weirdest thing on the label.
Interesting. It is chamomile, but it's a unique blend of chamomile, you see.
And yogi tea apparently is tied to sexual abuse allegations and cult-like practices.
Then they started investing into AKs and barbed wire for some reason. But nobody knows.
Spill the
Completely
tea,
unrelated.
literally.
Oh,
The
yo,
tea
I got
on
it.
this
Hold on. I got a
tea
tea
is
emote. I got to spill the tea emote. Meep, do you? I think I've seen Meep use this before. I have one.
But it's unique.
But it's unique. Look. A guy
Is
from a
that all
hype
sleeping
train.
time? Is this just chamomile? Oh,
Probably,
cute.
yeah. Yeah, I got it from
think I
from Tommy's. I did a hype train on I contributed to a Tommy hype train. Yeah, we got yeah. Spill the tea. I feel like I've seen Meep use it before. Yogi Park founder is something sickening. I read the whole story.
Oh no, I do have that one, but I also
Wild.
have the goose.
The goose. Oh, I love the goose. I want the goose so bad.
Goose doing the gritty.
No.
People think they're just people doing yoga. Yep. Nope. The tea industry is honestly tea.
Honestly, tea. This is my favorite one. Nice catch, Jax.
Hey,
Freaking first trying to warm up. Legend.
I watched Hulu on my phone at work today because I got done with the shit I needed to do way early, so I was really bored.
Love that.
And I came across this show called Breaking Amish.
Oh,
It's exactly what you think it is. So they're
Hell yeah. Hell
your
yeah.
first thought, that's what it is. So it might not be because it's not like Breaking Bad. Nobody's making meth.
Oh, that's what I thought it was. So
But,
you just lied to me. That's cool.
Sorry. So these Amish kids, they're like, one of them's 20. I think the oldest one is like 28, 26, something like that. Yeah. But they are approached, I guess, by this show, and they're like, do you want to experience what life is like outside of the Amish community for this TV show?
Maybe
so
I have seen
they
something
say
about that.
yes. They say yes, and then they take them to New York, and like
Bro, you couldn't start them slow. Jesus Christ, New York.
right? They take them to New York. And so it's honestly been really wild and crazy. But for most of these kids, they straight up lose their family because they choose to do this.
Yeah,
Like,
absolutely.
one
That's
of
that's
kids that
kicking you
go
to the
are
church. Yeah.
adopted, honestly, and it made me think like we should not be allowing people who practice cult style religions to adopt children.
Yeah, that's crazy. When you get adopted into a situation that's like
half Puerto Rican and adopted into a Mennonite community and forced to imagine coming out of that and realizing that you are part of one of the most delicious and amazing cultures in the history of the world. Puerto Rico is so rich in culture and arts and singing and dancing, and she wants to be a singer. She's only allowed to sing to her chickens because singing in the Mennonite community is deemed bragging and a form of vanity, and you're not
True, for sure. Yeah. Here's the thing though, Dan, cults agreed. Cults should be, but I believe cults are, at least in some right, illegal. The problem is that religion isn't, and those religions hide behind religious freedom, and just do terrible things. I think that's the problem. I think Joaquin Phoenix and his sister were in a cult too. That wouldn't surprise me. Good for them for getting out. And honestly, good for anyone for getting out. And I say that to all like, look, you are allowed to believe whatever you want. But when I say good for getting out, I mean it in not just cults. I mean like any kind of like wild religious, like if it's like bad situations, stuff like that. Because I really feel like it's a line that they walk, and they walk a real tight line. You know what I mean? Not all of them, but a lot of them.
Yeah, it's a little crazy. But then, like, how do you enforce that type of law? You know,
That's
what
the thing.
then
That's
it
the
becomes,
problem.
how do you
What is
how do
censorship
you
and what isn't, and what is what is.
and also like religious freedom is still really
Mhm.
important.
Which
And
and I'm
like,
all for religious freedom, but
yeah.
it's a problem. I don't know
Oh,
what
Mennonites
Rumspringa
don't do
is.
Rumspringa either. No, they do not.
I don't know what that is. Cassie said that
Yeah,
earlier,
but
and I
it's
don't know what
not
it means.
Rumspringa teddy bears. There's only a couple there's like 13 different types of Amish, and only a couple of them do Rumspringa. The ones that are in the show do not. So if they choose to leave and go do this, if they choose
Oh,
to be on camera, if they choose to wear English clothes
it's
instead
like
of
Lent
Amish
but
clothes,
backwards.
yeah, if you choose to do this, you are shunned by your community, and the longer you choose to do it, the longer you're shunned for. So if you let yourself, if you like say yes to these cameramen filming you and you do that interview, you're going to be shunned for a few weeks, right? If you choose to go to New York and you put on like a t-shirt and jeans, that's not modest. You are now a skank and you are shunned. And a lot of them, like, this one girl was walking up to her grandpa, who she quote said, "This he's been my best friend my whole life. I'm really scared to tell him." And he comes over, he sees that she's being filmed by a camera crew. He won't speak to her.
Yeah.
He won't speak to her. He goes in the house and he locks the door before she's allowed to go inside.
Yeah.
And then he only lets her inside to tell her to get all of her shit and to get out and never speak to them again.
That's
Like,
crazy.
how can somebody be your best friend for 20 years of your life and be your family, and then just like, oh, you want to do this thing? Fuck you.
Yeah, that's
Like,
crazy.
that's not real love. That's not real family.
No, that's
They're also
terrifying.
not allowed to show affection and emotion. So like, nobody cries. Instead of a hug
That's
goodbye,
wild.
his mom gives him a handshake.
That's wild. That reminds me of my family. My mom's very lovey, but my dad. I may have told this
They leave
story
in the middle
before.
of the night, right? Nope. They leave in the middle of the day.
Yeah. My dad.
And none of them are allowed back.
Yeah, that's crazy. Might have been mixing Amish stories, but that happens a lot too. Well, yeah, you were saying it's like 13 different ones. You were disowned by your grandma, who was your best friend. Yeah, that's crazy. But yeah, the no like affection kind of thing, and a lot of this is, I think, toxic masculinity. But my dad has hugged me on 2 occasions that I remember, twice my entire life. Both times he thought he would never see me again, and that's where the hug came from. Once he moved to South Carolina, which is where he's from, and thought he would never come back, and then he eventually did. And then when I moved to California, he thought that he would just never see me, and he hasn't visited, and I haven't visited either. But so he might have been right. But yeah, that very much tracks in that sort of situation. Thanks for the hug, Jax. Preach, big preach. Jack's been lurking. Jax caught a star in a Pokemon earlier. Back from the world of no sound. Rad. Hell yeah. Welcome. We've been chatting. We've been yapping. We've been speaking.
We've been yapping for over an hour and a half. Nice.
Yeah. I was gonna ask you how much time do you have? I don't want to like keep you.
I'll probably get off right before or at the 2-hour mark. Just because I do really got to get started on this shit. I am getting too comfortable, and I'm gonna just sit all night if I don't.
Yeah, that's what I wanted to make sure.
The old roommate just Oh, okay, cool. Yeah, I'm trying to text and coordinate things as well.
Yeah, Tommy, I know how you feel about that for sure. That's the way that things are sometimes, and I'm glad that they're changing. I think they need to change faster. But I think we're on the up, maybe, about it. It's crazy that it happens like that.
Moping combined with bedtime routines. I know
Carla,
you meant mopping, but
are you moping? Oh, mopping. What are we talking about?
what are we talking about? Mopping.
A lot. We're talking about mopping. We're talking about
CPTSD. We're talking about parenting styles. We're talking
religion
about generational
or
trauma, religion versus cult. Who should be allowed to adopt children?
Yeah. We're hitting
talking about
hard
everything right now.
in the heavy subjects. OG deep. Yeah, exactly. Yeah. Yeah, it's been something. It's been a good time though. It's been a good time.
Last time I might have hugged my dad. He backed away and didn't at his mom's funeral. So yeah, damn,
Yep.
You can't show emotion because there's too many people around.
Yeah.
And I fucking hate that.
Just in general, like in private life, like my dad wouldn't show emotion in private life either. Sometimes it's just like that.
I'm gonna say,
yeah. Go ahead.
I'm gonna say something really dark, and then we're gonna move on to the point of the story, and we're just gonna move on like I didn't say the first part, but you do need the context, okay? So when I was assaulted, I had to go to court, and we were sitting in the room about to like go into the courtroom and like do the whole thing, right? And I was chilling there feeling like I had to be strong, like I couldn't show that I was freaking out to my family because then they would freak out. And my dad leaned over and grabbed both of my hands and just started like crying into my hands on the table. And he was like, I'm so sorry you have to do this and blah, 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 blah. And in my, that was like such a life-changing, like DNA altering moment for me. My dad had never cried in front of me before. I had no idea that he ever struggled with depression or anything like that. And he felt like he failed me as a parent. Yeah, when I was 15. But that's the part we're moving on from.
Yeah, we skip.
We're jumping over that. So the point was that like that shouldn't have been such a diabolical moment because that really solidified that I couldn't be emotionally vulnerable and be taken care of by my family. I had to hide my emotions and be strong because, oh my God, my dad is crying into my hands at my court date. And I was like, that's fucking crazy, honestly.
And it could have been different. Because
the guy
like,
who
go ahead, sorry.
was pleading not guilty, we accidentally ran into each other coming in and out of the elevator, and I just like mean mugged the fuck out of him. And then like half an hour later his lawyer came to mine and was like, he changed his mind, he's gonna plead guilty, you don't have to testify, you guys can go home.
Hey, yo, hell yeah. But yeah, the dad thing, like that should have been a positive experience for you, but it wasn't because of the surrounding, because of everything else. Because like if he had shown that emotion previously and up until that point, then you thinking, man, I gotta stay strong for this, and him having that reaction should have been like, yeah, you know what, it is okay to like to feel comfortable, to feel emotions, to do the thing, because you know, because so is he, and he should be somebody that you look at. His emotional maturity should be something that you should look up to. But because it had been that way your whole life, and because he didn't show you those emotions and things like that, then him breaking down made it worse in your memory, which is the exact opposite of how that should be.
I mean, I feel like I was responsible for my parents' emotional state.
Yeah. And I've been there before. I've been there feeling like I'm responsible for my parents' emotional state and feeling like I'm responsible for their financial stability. Like the reason that I started working in high school, and I didn't drop out, my brother dropped out, but it just that to work, and it shows that that's always been the problem with them. Well, the reason I started working in high school is because I wanted to have that financial stability because they didn't. And stuff like that.
My daughter's preschool teacher pinched her and drew blood. I know it doesn't compare to what you went through, but oh my God, I still sometimes cry at night thinking that I failed at protecting her. Aww.
I mean, it wasn't your fault.
I'm sorry that you feel that, Carla. Some people, my first grade teacher forced me to take out my earrings that I had just gotten pierced because she told me they were inappropriate sized jewelry for a first grader.
What does that mean?
And my mom went in there and raised hell. She was like, how dare you try to control my daughter's body? What the fuck is wrong with you? And she literally like, I mean, you know my mom, great truth.
I would have been terrified if I was a teacher.
Teacher was terrified. That teacher was going to hold me back.
Not anymore. Not after that interaction.
He was like, I ain't dealing with her how bad you ever again. Class. You could not turn in any assignment ever for the rest of the year, and I'm still passing it. Fuck out of here.
Absolutely, yeah. It's either that or I retire, and I'm not doing that. So
my dad actually made her cry in one of the parent-teacher conferences once because she was like talking about how bad I was at things, and you know, I was just a fucking undiagnosed ADHD kid, right? Yeah. So all of those feedbacks, right? And she was like, I'm gonna have to hold your daughter back, and he was like, why are you like, it makes me so sad that you are giving up on her so quickly, and like my dad's very calm and like very well spoken and stuff, and so he just went about the like make her feel like a shit person way, and then my mom terrified her, and between the two of those she was just like,
you've got the emotional manipulation and then the fear manipulation.
Oh, I almost burned that school, got that bitch suspended for a month and opened a criminal investigation. She'll have it on her files forever.
Absolutely. She ain't making that mistake ever again.
kids like that. Don't
Yeah.
do that.
Absolutely.
They're literally tiny humans that are learning how to human.
They're
and
just
you
learning.
Are the
Yeah.
you are
You're
supposed to have-
the
if
reason you're
you're freaking
supposed to
out,
be
you're at the
teaching.
end of your wit, then you have to regulate yourself. It's
Yeah.
never the child is always the child.
Absolutely. Yeah, that's crazy. That's the perfect place to use that emote also, Carla.
Good on you, go Carla. Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah.
I can't do that noise. Sometimes
I
I'll do it
can't.
perfectly, and then when I try, I can't.
Yeah.
No.
I can't do it.
close,
I'm not even
but-
gonna try.
Oh, that one was okay. And then look,
Oh, you got that shit unlocked, bro. You got that. You got that
yeah,
thing
it's right
on
next to me.
you. Yeah.
I keep that thing on me. The fan that's bigger than my fucking entire I could hide behind this thing in public.
That's the point. That's why you have that, isn't it? That's half the reason that they exist, I think. Oh no.
Whoa, that's a long one. One of the main reasons I did so much combat focused stuff for so long was because that happened to me when I was really young. It got picked up at the park when I was like 9 and had a really bad trip that like removed caring about if I actually hurt someone beyond repair. And for like 8 years, I was just looking and waiting to see them in public because he's in jail for doing it more. And then I got really guilty wondering how many other people it happened to around here that I might know.
Yeah.
Damn, dude.
Yeah, that's crazy.
That's heavy. I'm sorry you have to carry that around. Teddy bears, we'll get you a fan.
What up, Morgan? Welcome. We're talking. We're yapping. We're deeping. What? Tell me, what is an Amalicio? I want to know what it means.
What?
Is it fan? Is it fan? Is it hand fan? Is that how you say that? Oh, that is. Yeah, it's not. Would that be a hard? That would be a hard C, wouldn't it? Fan,
okay.
yeah.
Yeah, I didn't tell anyone until like 5 years ago. Damn.
Yeah, that sucks. And it sucks that you felt that you couldn't tell people about that. That's definitely something that a therapist would. That's a therapy thing. But I'm glad that you're opening up at all about it. That's a huge thing. That's the first part. It's the first step in that kind of thing.
Yeah. That's why I can't really get mad at people who get assaulted and like don't say anything because like I didn't want to say anything. I probably wouldn't have. The only reason I did is because I was drunk. I like went up to my friend and I was like, your uncle just did stuff to me. And then I passed out on the fucking floor. And my friend was the one who told the parental units.
Yeah.
Because she was like, what?
Right. Yeah.
But like, if I wasn't drunk, I probably would have just run away and kept that to myself, thinking that like I was a shameful person. And then I proceeded to get really bullied at the school and called a slut, which is exactly what I believed about myself.
Yeah. Well, and that's the problem with it.
Tanked after that.
And that's
it
part of the.
Very good before that.
That too. But yeah, but that's the problem with that kind of thing, and that's why it's so hard for people to speak up when they get assaulted, because it's not that they think something is going to happen, it's that it has before, it has again, and it did for you. Like you thought it was going to happen, and it did. That's just kind of the way that things are, and that's a lot of what we're saying about the stigma and stuff like that behind that kind of thing that we just have to change, because otherwise, there's so many things that have to change to make one or two things better, which is like terrifying, but we're working. I think as a society, we're doing it.
We are in such, circling back to what we talked about earlier, we are in the phase where like becoming aware of these things is new and like how they impact people and the implications of that. Before, the correct thing to do, the godly thing to do was to blame the woman.
Absolutely.
You know, like that was correct. And like now we're in this transition phase of like, no, it's definitely not victim's fault.
Right. Ever.
Like, hello. Ever.
The problem, but again, going back to what we were talking about before, the people in power are the people who are closed-minded and afraid of change. And so while the majority is in a place where we're learning and we're growing and we're realizing that these things are not correct and we're kind of like doing the work, the people who are in power are not, and they need to go. They gotta get the hell out of here for anything to happen. Yeah. Well, I mean, it's working. We're working on it, but let's go. Get all them hugs.
Use some of the heavy chat with some drops, huh?
Yeah.
Get into that forbidden soup.
Yeah, and what I like, go on, get the heck on.
Go get.
Yeah. Yeah. Well, what I do like though, and I want this to always be a thing, and I know it will. He's literally playing drug game. I love that this is a community that we feel comfortable in talking about this kind of thing, and I want it to always be that way and stay that way. This is I want to express my gratitude for the community and the people that are here. Look at you go. Look at you land. Let me see. I'll drop
I
one.
also want to express a little gratitude for that. You're right, Creature. It's nice that I can just like casually share some really dark shit about my past and know that it's not going to be like used to judge me or to. But honestly, like even if there was somebody that would judge me for it, like they could just leave. You know, the people that aren't, I'm glad that you're here, and I'm glad that I've found you on the internet, and I'm glad that everybody feels safe. Like all of you have been sharing personal experiences and stuff. So thank you for trusting me and trusting Creature and trusting each other and being trustworthy. Yeah. Hell yeah.
Why am I zooming so much, by the way? I feel
I don't know.
I was zooming like crazy. For a while there, I wasn't bouncing at all. I was just going straight down, and I think that all of my like lack of movement just came. He was like, "Here, you want movement? Here you go movement." There you go. But in all of that and in the trustworthiness, if you ever any of you feel like there is somebody, maybe not in live chat that we can't see, if there's ever anybody that is making you feel uncomfortable or not able to speak out or anything like that, let somebody know so that we can get rid of them, because we don't tolerate any of that here.
Like, you're obviously responsible for yourself and what you share with people on the internet. So, like, if you're DMing somebody that you met in one of our communities, that is your discretion.
That is on you.
You are not required to maintain friendships with everybody in the community just because they're in the community. We ask that you respect each other and you respect each other's boundaries. But if you're having trouble with somebody who, like, won't leave you alone and it now makes you feel unsafe in my community, please tell me.
Yeah. Agreed.
Also, Carla, that was robbery.
It was so close.
I'm glad to hear from friend overseas. I know there is not much I can do, but I can always listen if there is something that troubles you and can help with it. Thank you.
Yeah.
That's very
Yeah.
Yeah, huge. There is a channel in my Discord. What's it called? Human Support Group, I think.
I've got a mental health channel in my Discord.
Yeah, Human Support Group or the Mental Health channel in Creature's Discord. Both of those places are really good resources for people that want to support each other and want to be there and want to be able to share those things when it's really heavy on your mind. So if that's a source, like a channel that you are interested in participating in, please check it out. I also just post like memes that are related to mental health and like different things. So fair warning though, I am a dark humor guru.
Yeah.
Tommy Goes Raw wants you to drink some water.
Hydrate.
Oh, you got both of us with it? I was just gonna say something like that. I was wondering if you did hit the wrong button for your eye drops. Tommy does that sometimes. I got you. So
do you ever swallow wrong and you end up like, you know what? Okay, so it's that feeling when you like swallow too many potatoes and it like kind of hurts going down your esophagus, right? I get that with water sometimes because just the air bubble is trapped wrong.
Yeah, I feel like I've had that.
Get a shower for real this time. It's
Tommy,
air.
Tommy, go. It's air. Yeah, true. Tommy, thank you for being here. Appreciate you big time.
Get out of here, Tommy.
Get the hell out of here. Yeah, go on, get.
Go on, get. We ain't no good for you no more. Go on, get.
Why can't I quit you? Yeah, exactly.
Oh my god, I lost a follower.
Yeah, I did too.
Amazing. I'm so glad. Wait, are you down to 197 now?
Yep, 197. I was 199 2 days ago.
I know. I saw that you lost one. I was like, hey, welcome to the club where you get so close and then somebody leaves.
Yeah. If you learn how to do that, you can make yourself burp on command. Tommy, I learned how to...
You leave.
Yeah, that's the thing. I'm glad. Tommy, I learned how to burp on command in like middle school, but that's because I was a boy and that's how it be. Sometimes you got to be able to burp on command.
I feel the same way, Dan.
Usually pretty close
But
to my
comparison
troubles,
is the
mostly
thief
because
of
I think my
joy.
problem's not as bad
And
as other people.
comparison
Yeah.
is also the thief of healing.
Oh, Tommy's a 999. That's
Creature.
true. Comparison is just thief. Comparison bad.
Comparison is a thief. Well, actually, no. I think comparison can be constructive,
Yeah.
but it shouldn't be ever comparing like lives. You know,
Right.
like
That's the thing.
if you're comparing morals because you look up to somebody and you're like, you know, what is different about their beliefs that is, you know, if you're like aspiring because you like the growth trajectory of somebody else, like that's a good comparison to
Yeah.
do in a healthy way. But if you're just like randomly comparing all of this shit, it's really gonna rob you of any sense of actual growth.
Yeah, absolutely.
I wonder what the line was. Yeah, right.
It's a good question.
Still at 999.
Hell yeah, Tommy. Tommy's been so close to that too. That 1K. Oh, that Dead by
1K.
Daylight. Yeah.
Everybody go follow Tommy.
Everybody
If
go
you're not
follow
if you're
Tommy.
not already following Tommy,
Tommy did get a shout out at some point. I got them auto shout outs going.
we'll do another one.
Yeah, there you go. Do you have that set up to do a Twitch shout out as well? You don't, do you?
I don't fucking know.
Did you know that you could do that? Do you know you could? Did you know that Twitch shout outs are different?
Ariete___
No.
Basio just gave us an
I
How's
got
that?
an Ariette. Oh, you know what? Actually, she pronounced that pretty well. Dan, thank you for the follow. The lady says your name sometimes out loud. Yeah, so the Twitch shout out, I'll show you what it looks like. How does it?
Like the voice to text lady?
No.
Oh. What lady says Dan's name okay?
In chat. Oh, the speak out loud lady does.
Already been following Tommy.
Already been done. Oh, apparently you have to wait an hour. Oh, because
It
you
is
didn't
hard
know.
for
Maybe it did give
non-Spanish
Tommy a
I'm
real
aware.
shout out.
No, I'm a non-Spanish speaker, and I said Ariete de Bolsillo.
They will see you. Yeah, but the lady, the voices text lady, is like English or
Hey,
something.
you got to that 1K because of Dan. Hey, yo.
There you go. There you go. Hey.
Did I remember your name correctly? I'm getting self-conscious that it's not Dan, and I'm just putting my whole foot in my mouth right now.
You told me that Dan's name was Dan, and so Dan's name is now Dan to me, and it's never gonna change. That's
It
not
is
true.
Dan.
If
Well,
it's,
just, you know, if it's not Dan, then it is now. But just let us
Right.
know if it was before. Nah, don't worry.
is that your name? No, don't worry. That's crazy.
Is that wrong, though? You didn't answer my question.
Because you don't want to make you feel bad
I'm
about it. That's funny. Damn,
It's
okay.
Daniel,
Okay,
but people
yeah.
call me Dan. Okay,
Oh,
okay,
yeah.
okay.
Hell yeah.
Good. Names is one of the things that I am so fucking bad at. I'm
Yeah.
so bad at names. Like if your name is not your username and that's not what I say every time and like read, I'm going to have a lot harder of a time remembering it. I'm still going to try,
Yeah.
but it's going to be hard.
Yeah.
And oftentimes
I'm pretty
like,
decent at
with you,
names.
Jax, I had to try so hard to tell my brain not to call you Ace or Muggs. It
Yeah.
did not want to remember Jax. I was like, their
Yeah.
name is not Muggs. You need to stop calling them Muggs.
Not Muggs. Hey, Muggsy. I'm Muggs in here.
It's hard remembering my name. Yeah,
That's
Tiny
funny.
Tombly.
Yeah, Tiny Tom
Your name is Tiny.
Gora. How do you say Gora?
Is it Maria? I like that name.
Ariete de
Said with a
Bolsillo.
Spanish accent. Maria.
In soft combat.
Ariete de Bolsillo is my night name in soft combat.
I don't know what that is. What
Well,
soft
I know. I
combat
had
is.
someone
That's a
be like,
vibe, though.
so should I call you Muggs?
Should I
You're
call
like,
you
it
with?
says with Jack.
Can I call you with, please?
Hey, With, how are you?
Rami. It's Rami. I like that. I'm cool with that.
Rami.
Mugs.
I
Mugs
actually
is
know
funny.
somebody named Romy,
Romy? Like a long O?
but it's called, well, it's with a Scottish accent, so it kind of sounds like Romy.
Oh, that makes sense. That makes sense. Yeah.
And I'm cool with that. It made me giggle,
Cassie,
but
no
yeah,
balls.
Jax is my name.
No balls, Cassie, no balls.
No balls. No balls?
No balls.
All right, I'm going to end stream
I am legend,
very
true.
shortly. We are going to dive into we're going to raid into Creature's chat.
I'm gonna play
at
some
the end.
Fretless.
Some
for
what?
y'all. Fretless. It's a guitar PG. I've played it once or twice before. Only once.
You are legendary.
True. In said like
I watched I Am Legend. That was traumatizing.
you were forced to watch it? That's a traumatizing movie for sure.
I was forced by my older sister and her like kind of a bully friend at the time, they thought it would be funny to make me watch a scary movie. And so they forced me to watch I Am Legend.
Yeah,
and
that's
it scarred
crazy.
me for life. And that's actually why I need 24 hours notice before you want to watch a horror movie with me, because like I can get into it. I appreciate the cinematography. I appreciate the movie type genre. That's what it's called, right?
Yeah,
But like
yeah.
you need to give me 24 hours notice. You can't just sit me down and be like, let's watch a horror movie. I'm going to be like,
Yeah,
fuck
that's crazy.
you.
It's
I'm leaving.
I would call it like an action thriller. Dog is sad. When you said traumatizing, when I said traumatizing, I meant the dog part. That's the traumatizing part.
I was like 11.
Yeah, at 11, it's a horror movie. At 11, it is a horror movie.
Yeah,
But
I
I'd call it an
even
action thriller.
Not for me, no. Alien, maybe. Not any other.
I actually I hate horror movies. I don't like horror movies. When I was a kid, they were terrifying to me. I grew up Christian, and somebody showed me what is the one with like demons? It's like the really, really famous one. It had like 12 of them. Paranormal Activity. Somebody showed me Paranormal Activity, and I thought that I was going to hell. I was in such an awful place watching that movie. Like I was actually like terrified of it. And then, and I was in high school, by the way. So this is good times. I was
High
not a
school is
child.
child, Tommy. Let's get that straight. If you are under the age of 21, you are a fucking child.
That's
Let's
true.
get that
is true.
for real right now.
But I was
Your
also
frontal lobe
very
isn't fully developed. Child.
Yeah, I was also not very emotionally mature either. But then something flipped in my head, and now horror movies aren't scary and aren't entertaining to me. So I just don't. I've never liked them, but for very different reasons in my life.
That used to be what happened to me. That's why I need like the preparation, because then I can pick out like something lighthearted and cutesy to watch afterwards. It just can't be the last thing I watch before I go to sleep, or I will have like crippling nightmares. Under 25 as a child, I would agree with that.
Yeah.
To be honest, like, and I know some really mature people that are under 25, but still, like,
it's possible, but
just the sheer lack of like preparation for adult life that they give you in your early 20s here, like it just puts you at such a, if you're not a hugely critical thinker who solves their own problems, you're going to be childish until you're like 26 and start figuring it out the hard way.
Right. Yeah, you either figure it out because you were taught, which you weren't if you're in America at the very least, or you figured out because you had to learn. Yeah, Carla, that's fantastic.
In a luxury, it fucks so bad my mind, I fear to close my eyes. Yeah,
and that's the thing. I mean, like, you know,
that's not good, Tommy. That's not a flex.
That is also, that is not a flex. I agree with you. I would hate to be the same person I was when I was 16.
All right, we're gonna raid into Future's chat. I'm gonna say goodnight for the night and actually get started because we just went over 2 hours. So thank you all for being here. Thanks for joining.
I'm gonna have to snooze my ass. Wait, how long are you gonna take? Give me 3 minutes. I'm gonna run an ad real quick.
Okay.
I'm gonna run an ad real quick. Give me 3 minutes.
Okay, running an ad. I gotta improv.
Improv for 3 minutes. Talk for 3 minutes.
Yeah,
I got you for 3 minutes. 3 minutes of playtime.
And we are going to try to do Yappy hours with people more often. Like, there is an idea on by the way, new schedule dropping soon.
New schedule, who it is?
There is like ideas of doing a regular Yappy hour with Creature and Pumpkin. So all three of us are going to be yapping, and let me tell you, that's going to be a good fucking time.
Yeah.
So, make sure to tune in for those. And if you aren't in the Discord, redeem some channel points, get in the Discord, and then you can be notified of this new schedule. That's the word. You can be notified.
I thought your Discord cut off. I thought your computer crashed.
Nope, I just brain turned off. So how far into your ads are we? Did I do it?
Yeah, you're pretty close. You talked for a minute out of the 3 minutes.
Oh, that's a third of the way. That's not close. That's not even halfway.
We're working on it. We're working on it. What is happening?
My old roommate just said. Going off in the group chat. But they just said they were done for the night. So that means I got to pop in. I am hoping to get the room up there set up before Saturday, but if not, then we'll just fucking go with it, or I'll just stream on Monday. We'll see how it goes. But I love you guys. We're gonna raid now. Copy this raid message if you are a subscriber so that we can just have a little fun in Creatures Chat and boost his algorithm stuff.
Yeah.
Because I know what I'm talking about.
Yeah. Yeah.
Here we go, starting the raid. I'm going to go ahead and hang up the stream together. Bye, Creatures.
Okay.
See you in a moment.
Bye.
Okay. Yes. Thank you for being here. Copy the raid message if you want to. We can play one last drop game in the time that we have. If you would like to try and get into the soup one more time.
Soup.
I keep hitting my microphone. Forbidden soup. Oh, I forgot I'm still in the Discord. Bye.
Yeah, I was gonna ask if you wanted to be here.
Bye.
Bye. Have a good time.